To say I've been waiting a long time for a movie like this, based on one of my favorite video game series, is an understatement. I am so happy the Super Mario Bros. Movie is finally here from Universal Pictures, Illumination Entertainment, and Nintendo, and it's everything I hoped it would be. For many years, I've been wondering what a computer-animated Super Mario movie would be like, and this gets extremely close to what I've always envisioned, and then adds a bunch of other neat things into the mix. The amount of joy I felt when watching the entire film is immense, with one delightful scene after another. Is the story a simple one? Absolutely, but that's what I want from a Super Mario movie. An adventure about a plumber in a colorful and strange world trying to save the kingdom from a dinosaur turtle creature alongside his brother with a mushroom-headed helper and a princess there too. This gave me exactly that. Mario proves to be an incredibly likable hero, and in many ways he acts similar to what a lot of us did when we first picked up the controller or Game Boy and began moving through obstacles and grabbing mushrooms. He's just trying to make sense of this world and getting better at navigating it, like we all did when playing Super Mario Bros. Or Super Mario World or Super Mario 64. Even though Luigi is the one kidnapped in this movie, he still gets some nice moments, including a scene that calls to mind Luigi's Mansion. Mario's arc of trying to prove his worth is well handled, and there's immediately a sympathy there when he's introduced. Directors Aaron Horvath and Michael Jelenic give the film plenty of energy as they move us from one set piece to the next. Each one is so well done and providing that feeling of playing the game. As someone who has spent many a time playing Mario Kart, that was a sequence that provided one of the biggest thrills for me as they race through the track and throw turtle shells at each other. The movie also understands the excitement and joy that can come from playing side-scrolling games, especially the Super Mario Bros. Series, where you're often strategizing and picking up power-ups to help you. Regarding the other characters, Princess Peach is a great guide for Mario to the Mushroom Kingdom. Some may gripe she's not a damsel in distress in this movie, but it's worth remembering she's been used as a playable character since Super Mario Bros. 2 in 1988, and she becomes a charming presence here. Bowser also becomes a very entertaining villain, with Jack Black disappearing into the character. He's depicted as a threat and has an impressive command of his army of Koopas, Shy Guys, and other creatures, but he gets quite a few funny moments too. Kevin Michael Richardson is also great as the voice of Kamek, and I had a fun time spotting some of the other familiar Super Mario enemies who pop up. I even saw my dreaded Hammer Bros. How many times have they made me lose a life in the games? Too many. Donkey Kong gets plenty of time to shine, and there's even some solid development between him and Mario. As reported, Charles Martinet does voice a few characters in the movie, and I won't spoil who they are. I'll just say he was well utilized, and the filmmakers found the perfect places to have him. Now, there was a lot of surprise and skepticism when it was announced Chris Pratt would voice Mario in the movie. I admit I was caught off guard too. However, I was really pleased with how he approached the character, and I never once pictured Pratt in the recording booth saying his lines. He brought his own spin to the character, although the film does make a really fun nod to the more familiar Mario voice from the games. The artists and animators at Illumination did a phenomenal job of bringing the Mushroom Kingdom to the big screen. One of the things I love about the games are the incredibly imaginative world Shigeru Miyamoto created. Through each game, he and the other designers at Nintendo brought us new lands and creatures, and one of the best things about them is getting to explore them. Super Mario 64 was particularly good at this. The animation team did a lovely job of adapting this colorful video game world, and the result is the most stunning film Illumination has produced, which is saying something considering how much their movies keep improving in the visuals department. The various lands are amazing to look at, and there's a fun contrast between Brooklyn and the Mushroom Kingdom. There are many neat Easter eggs throughout, although I did try to force myself to focus more on the characters and what was going on in the foreground rather than looking behind them to try and spot all the visual references. Composer Brian Tyler gives the Super Mario Bros. Movie the appropriate orchestral sound and brilliantly incorporated Koji Kondo's iconic themes from the games. He picked the right parts to use those musical pieces, and hearing them was something else that brought a smile to my face. Admittedly, I don't know how the Super Mario Bros. Movie will play to those who are not already fans of the games. I did watch the film from the perspective of someone very familiar with that world and those characters, and having an immense fondness for them ever since I played Super Mario Land on the Game Boy. Will newcomers still get invested in the story and the characters without recognizing all the references or having that nostalgic attachment to them? At its core, it still follows the classic hero's journey story, and I do think the film succeeds in being a delightful and charming adventure. However, I cannot speak for people coming into this film without prior knowledge of Super Mario Bros. What I can say is that this is something I've wanted for so long, and I was grinning from ear to ear through the entire 92 minutes. So I want to thank Aaron Horvath, Michael Jelenic, screenwriter Matthew Fogel, producer Chris Meledandri, Shigeru Miyamoto, and all the talented artists and designers at Illumination and Nintendo for finally making my childhood dream a reality.